I thought we played pretty good. I think if you look at the goals against, it's just like mistakes. Not major things, but just kind of mental mistakes. I thought it was a pretty good game. Yeah, it obviously has an impact on the game. Chris and Austin both are important pieces to what we're doing. But there's no excuses. We got the guys in here that can step up and play bigger roles and take on more responsibility. So, by no means is that why we lost or something like that.
If you kind of look forward to the second half of the year, maybe the post-Christmas part of the year, in terms of cleaning up and getting better at it?
Yeah, it's always exciting and challenging and daunting all at the same time. Between the Christmas break and the Four Nations break, there's going to be some important games, and then after that, you're right in it. You're right, in a dogfight to the end, and so we find ourselves in a position where we have to play some good hockey, and I think we have at times, but I think we can clean up a lot if you look at the last 6 or 7 games.
John hitting that 200-goal milestone with this franchise, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's great. I mean, he's obviously one of the best at what he does, since he's been around. So, no surprise.
Sorry, Morgan, the defensive numbers are good. How does this team, do you think, the offensive numbers back to where they want to be?
Well, I think you always, you're always trying to improve your defensive numbers, and you're always trying to create more offense without, making the big sacrifice on the other end of things. So, I think in general we can always create more offense. I think if you play within structure and you play good defensively, offensive chances will come. As a D-core, you want to be involved in that, and I think we can do a better job of that. So yeah, we're always striving to improve in that area.
You guys had a nice run when Austin first went out, and I have to figure over time when your best player is not here, it's going to accumulate effect of some kind. Is that you're seeing some of that now?
It's only been 2 games that he's missed, so it's hard to say. But I think what you're getting at is accurate. I don't think that there's any dispute in terms of his importance to our group, and I think we did great without him earlier in the year. But over the big picture, if you have a choice between having him in the lineup or not, you want him part of the team.
You kind of see it with what Scheifele did today for them.
In terms of
how he can change a game.
Yeah, Mark's a great player, extremely talented. I played with him a long time ago, so I've enjoyed watching his career, and he's one of those dangerous offensive weapons for sure. There's no question.
What's your plan for the holiday break?
Just spend some time with family. That's all.
This game?
I thought we did a lot of things good. Thought when we made our mistakes, we capitalized on them.
On the shorthanded, on the breakaway chance, did you sense Pionk was that close?
Yeah, I knew he was close. That's why I think I just tried to get a shot off immediately. I just tried to gain space off him when I kind of flipped it ahead and tried to cut him off, and that's why I tried to just kind of shoot it right away. It's a great stick lift by him, and like I said, I knew he was on me close, and just tried to get it off.
With the offense as a whole, Mitch, is it creating, execution, producing? How do you see it? That you need to get a little bit better out here when you guys return?
Just be a 5-man unit. We got to hit the net more. We got to do a better job of getting bodies there as well and creating second opportunities.
You mentioned it there, but what sorts of things the team has to get better at going when it comes back from the break? What sorts of things are you kind of looking forward to as well?
Like I said, just clean up those little mistakes, and then hitting the net a little better. We've had a lot of great A's that we're just missing the net on and kind of blowing them away. So can't take those for granted. We got to make sure we're using them to our advantage.
John hitting the 200-goal milestone with this franchise, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great. Super cool moment, I'm sure, for him. Have his family here as well and see that. So very cool moment for him. I think a lot of us take that kind of stuff for granted. I think you got to look at sometimes and just enjoy that moment, and I hope he does that with his family.
How encouraging is it the power play seems to be snapping it around a little better?
Yeah, it's good. Moving the puck well. I think still, we have a lot of good opportunities that we're just missing the net on, and that's something we got to clean up, and we've talked about cleaning up, and I think we got to do just a better job. Unless you really have a great A, trying to just hit the net more and create opportunities and second opportunities, and then kind of build off of that. But we're snapping around a little better, a lot of communication, and our break-ins have been better.
It happens, but what do you think of Willie's almost 5-minute shift there?
It's got the iron lung, so obviously the whole 4-minute power play, and then they did a pretty good job of sustaining some pressure after that. So don't want to be in that position as a player. It's not a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. So he did a good job just kind of holding a position and then getting off.
It's the first game Tana missed this season. What kind of impact do you think that has when you're used to seeing him in the back end? Just not?
Well, and yeah, he brings a great deal of help, especially defensively, blocking shots wise, penalty killing wise. So you definitely miss a body like that. But like we talked about all season, man goes down, next man up. So he's done a good job of that.
With the break now, Mitch, are you able to separate yourself from hockey and go have a nice little break here and just relax?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it, to go spend time with my family and friends and just relax with them and not talk hockey.
You know, we just have to clean up with some of the things off the rush and the transition part, especially against a team like that. That's obviously very good, and their top line is as lead as any in making plays and taking advantage, and they get time and space, and when you're chasing them. So, because there was lots of that game, especially in the first two periods, I thought we were getting on top of them. We're on the forecheck. We're playing in the offensive zone and just putting the game in our favor. We obviously get down two, which isn't ideal, but felt like we were right there, and we just didn't stay with it enough, I thought, in the third. And they countered, and those guys capitalize when they get their chances. They're very good hockey players. So, yeah, it's a tough one to swallow, really, these last couple going into the break. We know how important every game, every point is, and, frustrating we didn't come with more over these last two. So we've had a lot of hockey. We got to use the little break here to enjoy some time away. Obviously a special time of year, and two big games when we get back. So, it's not the way we want it to go into the break, obviously.
Where would you like to see the team grow when you do get back?
Pardon?
What sorts of areas would you like to see the team grow when you do get back?
Yeah, I think we just have to clean up some of the stuff. To me, a little bit on the transition piece that it's been a little inconsistent for us here. There's been some good games and some good stretches of it. We obviously had a really great run there for really start the year and for quite a while, and it's been not as consistent for us. And you can just see from not as consistent, it opens the game up a little bit, creates a little more time and space in your chasing, and coverage breaks down, and obviously quality players are going to make you pay. So we got to be a little bit more detailed there, and we just have to stay the course. It's obviously a long year. Some games you're not always going to have your best, but at times we've handled that well, and I think lately we haven't done as good a job of that at maybe specifically more the last game than tonight. But we've played a lot of good hockey, so don't forget that as well. We just got to stay the course, and like I said, use these 3 days to kind of get away and enjoy some time at a special time of year, and come back eager and hungry, knowing how important each and every game is.
You guys had a surprisingly good run when Austin first went down, and won a bunch of games. And since he's come down this time, not playing as well. Is it just a matter of that's going to catch up with you when you're missing a player of that quality?
I mean, we want Austin every single game. You're talking about one of the best players in the world, obviously. Unique, generational. I think we know what kind of talent he is, and the way he impacts the room with his play and his leadership. So we obviously miss him, but no one's going to feel sorry for us, and we know we got to go out there and do the job, and we've done that. Whether it's this season or guys that have been here in the past, and the understanding the nature that we have to play to compete, and the identity we want to play to in general, and what's going to give us the best chance for success. So whatever the case is, we're going to keep pushing forward. I know he'll do everything he can to get back as soon as possible, and whatever the lineup looks like each and every night, we expect a lot, and believe in each other to go out there and do the job and get the results we need.
Hitting the 200 goal milestone with the Leafs, the second franchise you've done this with, how special was this one?
They always feel way better in a win, so it's hard to really appreciate and soak it in. But I think you never take anything like that for granted. So I've had an amazing 6.5 years here so far. Looking forward to kind of just keep it going and play my game, and obviously playing with a lot of great players. So and with two great franchises. So just proud over the course of my career to be effective and to produce.
The first goal you scored looked a lot like 3 of the goals Winnipeg scored tonight. So everybody was right at the corner of the net when pucks were going in.
Yeah, it was just obviously just trying to, for myself on the goal, was just trying to read the time and space, especially in the power play, and how long I've played with Mitch, knowing his instincts and what he's looking for, and the things that he talks to me about to be ready. So, that's where the puck's got to go if it's got to go in. So, and then like I said, for us, when coverage breaks down and you get behind and you're chasing, it just breaks down, and it's hard to catch up and cover everyone, especially when plays are being made at that type of pace and you're trying to recover. And like I said, they have those types of players. So, we have to clean that up and be more consistent with it. You see when it's really good, the way we carry play, the way we can defend, and the way we check. Obviously, we have to be better in that area.
Joe, your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, I thought it was a good game against a good team. In the day, it goes, you get a couple bounces, and that's the game.
You've made some pretty good stretch pad saves this season, but that a case where you just couldn't stretch far enough on them to seal off the post on one check they got.
Yeah, I mean, I stretched pretty far and saved it at first, so I just couldn't cover it, I guess. Yeah.
Do you think the ref should have given you a quicker whistle?
I mean, I'm always going to err towards yes, because I want them to. Obviously, I don't want them to score. I trust the ref's doing his job. In the heat of the moment, it's obviously you want things to go your way, but we have the best refs in the world, and I trust them to do their job. So.
You've played a lot of games. How welcoming are you of the break?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good stretch here. We've been playing a lot of games, so I think just for the whole team, it would be really nice to take a couple days and refresh, spend time with family, and come back and get back at it.
How big of a difference does it make to not have a player like Chris Tanev out in front of you?
Yeah, he's a great defenseman and obviously blocks a lot of pucks. So anytime you're missing one of your guys, it hurts. But at the same time, I think we have a lot of depth, and I trust our team to step up.
Some of those little details you talked about before the game that were,
Yeah, I thought third period, two of them.
What were some of the keys that you want to see from your team limiting the opponent's transition chances?
What's that?
What are some of the things you want to see from your team in trying to limit the opponent's chances of transition?
I don't know.
So throughout this week, you spoke about you want to see the team improve the rush defense. Like, what would you like to want to see from your team as regards to the details?
Yeah, I mean, I get the one. Mitch is shooting a puck, it got blocked, and we're back checking on that play. They played it pretty well. I mean, I think I'd like to see Woolsey over there in that one. The one in the third, it's just a neutral zone thing, transition by them, and we, our forwards sleeping on the weak side. It's just they make a backdoor play. Fourth goal, bad. We got to have stick details there. Like it's just details.
Any more details on Tanev and his status?
Lower body right now.
Something happened in the last game there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about the team overall up to this point?
Well, I think the team overall has played some real good hockey and done a lot of good things. Made a lot of strides in the right direction, and we will again. These last two games, we've slipped. I thought that we played a real good first period. We got a penalty and they scored in the power play, but I thought we were the better team. And then even in the second, I liked our game, but we got to clean up the mistakes, the details. And it's like the game's right there. We created enough. We didn't score enough goals, obviously, tonight. But, we did a lot of good things tonight. I thought that we checked well tonight. But we got to clean up some stuff, like these details, we got to clean them up. Overall, you say that it's true the defense has been much better here in Toronto. But how do you bring an offense up now to that balance, do you think, to a little more once you get
Well, I think the offense has been coming. I think we've been scoring more 5-on-5 as of late. Power play got one tonight first, but we missed the net a lot. We missed the net a lot tonight again too. I think it was like 23 times.
It happens sometimes for players, but what did you think of Willie out on the ice for 4:55?
On that power play?
On the power play and went after.
Well, Willie knows he could stay out for the full power play, 2 minutes. At that point, I'd have to look at the tape and, think about and look at why he didn't come off or where the situation was at the time. But, he's obviously trying to score.
Did you think Woll had the puck covered in his feet there?
No.
Did you get an explanation?
Well, where I saw on the bench, I thought he did, but it was behind him. And I couldn't see on the bench from that angle. So our video guys looked at it. So otherwise, if it was, I would have called the challenge.
The details thing, is that just a function of a long season and using these next 3 days?
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. You get worn down, tired, a lot of hockey, a lot of back-to-backs we've had. It's been a tough schedule for us. I'm not making excuses. We're in the NHL. You got to, doesn't matter. You got to be sharp, but these 3 days, get some rest, and we should be ready to go.